Hello, everybody, and welcome. Can we hear me? Yes, we can hear me. Hooray! Welcome to Star Trek Lost Voyages. I am the GM Tim, and we are here tonight with our new crew. And everyone's in the wrong space, but I'll fix that after. It's no big deal. So we're here with our new crew tonight, the crew of the USS. Oh my goodness, I'm going to say it wrong, but I'm going to do it right. Ranganathan. Oh my gosh.
You named the ship, Tim.
I know. So I thought I was saying it right because I'm a clever human, and then I have a friend who actually knows the family of whom I named the ship after.
Oh, what a coincidence!
I know, and I was corrected. So it is Ranganathan. Oh my God, I'm just gonna.
Ranganathan.
Ranganathan. Yeah, but the thung is a duh. It's like a soft.
Yeah, it's a duh. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Ranganathan.
Thank you. I can't speak, and now I'm embarrassed. And I'm
okay, you need a linguist in every live stream.
I know I am not that apparently,
and I am.
And you are. Let's start with let's like get right into it though. So you are on our planet down on the surface, Chatopra. So Chatopra started last game. It was a beautiful tropical paradise. That green and blue, beautiful crystal waters and lush island chains, and we kind of pan over, and the stars hit the planet, and it's brown, and the water looks like murky, and it's no longer what it seems to be anymore, and it's just this kind of like horrible, hideous planet all of a sudden. And as we kind of like come down to the planet's surface, we see what used to be kind of like a thriving city is now run down, and it looks like tough times very much have fallen upon here. All the flora looks like it's dead or dying, and we zoom in on our commander and our engineer, working on one of the last replicators that is working on the planet's surface. Yeah, you do have everyone. No one's wearing red, so you do have that going for you. So we're gonna go right into it. Lieutenant Yogurt, can I please have a engineering check? So I would like you to make, please, I'm gonna let you choose. You can make a daring in engineering or a reason in engineering. So it's kind of like you're trying to make this isolinear chip work just a little bit longer before it fries.
Oh man. Okay, I will do daring and engineering.
Okay.
And I will roll for that.
Yeah. Okay.
Looks like I got one success.
You got one success. That was unfortunately not enough. So it was daring and unsuccessful, unfortunately. So the isolinear Zots, and that was the last working isolinear chip on the planet.
Commander, I have something to tell you. It may be some bad information here, but I think his last isolinear chip is fried.
Oh, that's really disappointing. I was going to come and ask how it's going, and
so it's not going well. Let's put it that way.
That's disconcerting. How many isolinear chips do we have remaining?
The number of isolinear chips that we have remaining is a grand total of 0.
Oh. Well, that's a lot less than I'd hoped.
Yes, it's pretty unfortunate. So we're kind of stuck with whatever supplies that we have. I mean, there's not really a lot I can do without that. Maybe we could find an alternative power supply for the replicator. But for now, we'd have 0 isolinear chips left.
That's yes, very, very concerning. What kind of technology did we use before isolinear chips? Is that possibly an option here?
I could roll for my ancient technology focus.
You know what?
And
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna make a reason and engineering check, and you're gonna activate one of your focuses.
Okay. So I just focus used. Yes.
Yeah.
No. I rolled for it.
Okay.
It didn't boop though.
We're gonna hopefully it'll boop. Where's the boop? Daring and engineering, right? You got a 1?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. Reason and engineering was what you're going for, but that's okay. We'll leave it.
Oh, I can go to reason and
sure.
re-roll
Let's
it.
do it.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Ah.
All right. Now my computer's being a computer. There we go. Great. Okay, that's much better. Okay. So you you know that the older tech, it's just not kind of like, let's say, robust enough to really kind of like get it going to run any of the things that you need. It's like your mom saying that I'm going to run a 486 DX computer from the 90s to do the stuff that we do now, and it would just be kind of like, no, but we might be able to do a word processor thing, right? So
yeah, we can get water. That's it. That's about it for this replicator.
Yeah. Well, no, you can't even do that right now. That's So the one thing you do think you could do is if you could manage to like steal a couple tricorders from people, you might be able to like make them think that they're stuck in a diagnostic mode and force them to mimic a nice linear chip.
I could give it a shot. Yeah. So I go to Commander and I let them know that I give them that info that we could, if we got enough tricorders, we could maybe put them together and they could mimic an isolinear chip. So we can give that a shot.
That sounds fantastic. I know that jury rigging technology is one of your many talents, Lieutenant Yogurt.
Yes, it's true. Yep. Mm-hmm. I am... I've been in tough spots like this before, back when I lived on DS9. I learned from the best.
Oh, there's absolutely nobody that I would rather have as my chief of engineering. You're doing a fantastic job. Aww. We just got to keep throwing things at the wall here.
The other captain is watching this stream. I hope they're taking notes.
Yeah, just like a single tear rolls down my face, like, thank you so much, Captain. And then should I try and jury rig these? Collect some tricorders and jury rig them together?
Yeah.
What do I roll for that?
So jury rigging, I believe, is an actual skill. It means that you can do an advanced sort of thing, and when the sort of like when its purpose is done, it fails and breaks for good. So we actually don't need to necessarily use that. It's more built for like the scenes within like ships. When you need a ship to do something it has to do, for you to get away, for example. Spock moving the pieces, or Scotty making things just like do what it needs to do. That's jury rigging, right?
Yep, I'm aware what the jury rigging does, but that works. Should we give that a shot right now, or do we
do it?
Yeah.
So daring still, definitely a daring in engineering. And it's ancient tech. We could activate your focuses. I think it's not technically ancient tech, but it's coming up with a new idea.
I mean, I have like so many things that could pertain to this too. So
sure, let's do it.
1 successes, yes.
2 successes. I'll totally let that slide for 2 successes. So it's not going to last long. You'll probably get another 48 hours out of this replicator, but that's good enough to like water people, which is much needed. We're going to switch from the 2 of you over to the other 3. Ensign, you've been working with your doctor, Dr. Mbara, and the doc's been running the sort of like the camp here, the medical center, and this place is just filled with just ill people it seems to be that the people of this planet have been specifically affected by the virus that is kind of like around the planet right now. So it's supposed to be affecting just plants. But it seems that the people of this planet are Klingon Romulan hybrids that were engineered to be the ultimate enemy of the Federation 100 years ago. The engineering process made them vulnerable to this specific thing. So it's affecting them in a way that it doesn't affect the rest of you. So
they part plant?
Huh?
Are they part plant?
No, it's just the way that the Congulans, Jesus, they're not part plant, but they're just specifically the way that the genes were put together. They're weaker to
Did you
this.
say Klingondulans?
Someone in the chat just put Congulans. Yeah.
Congulans.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
If my crew can't disrupt our own stream, they're going to be disrupting this stream.
apparently, yeah.
Imidex is Gopal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Hi, Gopal.
Hi to the entire crew. They're all here chatting away.
Oh, no.
Except for Steph.
Okay, so can I get please a reason and medicine from you, Ensign?
A reason and yes, and medicine, and
medicine.
Yeah. Did I do that right?
You did. Okay.
I'm very distracted by everyone's emotional state.
Yeah, you're a Beta Z too, aren't you?
Yes, I'm very late to my empathy, my empath ability, and I am very distracted by everyone.
Is it struggling? Fair enough. I can understand how it would be. So one of the things you've noticed is this is a particularly nasty virus. So you do know that you're all currently infected. So none of you can actually leave the planet until there's a cure found. And Starfleet Medical is completely baffled as to what is going on. They have no idea. So that does not look anytime soon. You need medical supplies, and you need more aid than what this place has now. Did your character grow up on Beta Z?
At a frontier colony.
On a frontier colony, okay. So you've seen it rough before, but this is pretty rough. Yeah. So can I get you to tell me what Ensign is like vibing, feeling, seeing?
Well, with my background in agriculture and botany and medicine, this is creating a hugely problematic emotional state for myself. And I'm wondering how we can quarantine, get help and quarantine as well. And I'm curious if there's anything that the transporters can do to to transport someone and clean up their system by a previous, there's sort of a record of when someone is transported, if it's possible. Yeah. So I'd like to talk to engineering about that, if that's a possibility at all.
100%. That is absolutely something you can talk to engineering about. So I'll let you kind of go off and find the engineer, and I'm going to go to our other two that are here. So Yezikov, you are working with the ship's XO, Sybil, and you two have been trying to kind of get everyone sort of I don't want to say subdued, because it's not that. There had been riots, but that was because a lot of people who had come originally to try and apparently people had tried to leave, and then the first sort of run of people got out, but then other people were kind of quarantined back in. So there was a short blockade for a while around this planet, and there had been riots and stuff happening because of it. So, what's been happening now is you're trying to kind of like take stock of who's there, and trying to take stock of what actual resources do you have left, what is it that you can do. Like you're just trying to like manage as best you can, because I mean like it's starting to get to that point where it's like feeling
tense.
and it's starting to feel like completely like I don't think we can do this. Like it's, I mean, you've been in tight situations with the other crew, but this is like you can't leave. That's stressful enough on its own, right? Like,
Yeah. Well, and the world that I grew up on had restricted resources as well. So
it did.
I'm starting to feel like vibes like, oh, this could escalate real quick.
Yep, probably a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
And Sybil, you grew up on Beta Z, right? So you just
Right.
saw it be attacked and taken over by the Breen and the Dominion, and that's only been like freed up like within the last few months. So I mean, I just realized I put both the characters who probably have some trauma with this together. I'm so sorry. That's
Experience.
Yes.
Well-
All right.
I think that Io is like a little like she's a little numb to it, in all honesty, because also
Oh.
being like a telepath, she's just like been barraged by like so much trauma and people's thoughts that she just kind of like numbed herself to it a bit.
All right. That's that makes perfect sense. So what are the two of you doing to try and like, how are you going about kind of like tracking and keeping resources managed, and like what's your plan overall? Do you have one,
Well,
or is it kind of like
I
just?
think,
Go ahead.
yeah, but my first question is like, do we have a good sense of what the number one priority for the former rioters are? Like, what are people chasing us for?
They were just angry. It was literally just like anger, fear, and we can't leave. Now what? So you're making us stay on this death planet, right? Like it's just this. Yeah.
We need to make sure that the local government stays in place. As soon as local government dissolves, riots will continue. People will panic. All hell will break loose. Make sure that we're meeting with the local governments to make sure that they're supported. If we show a collective face, then the panic should subside.
Well, I understand that, Commander, but I don't want it to appear that we have a government in a lofty high castle while people are suffering. So I think that we need to do something for the people on the ground first. I mean, I don't know how our ship's doing, how the replicator's doing, but like, I think that we distribute immediate needs first, make sure that people are not going hungry, that they have enough water.
And you have been for the most part.
Absolutely, I agree. If we leave a vacuum of power, then it can easily be grabbed by oligarchs who hoard resources. We need to, absolutely, we're on the same page. Distribute resources and make sure that the local government does not collapse.
And I will say that for the last few months, you've noticed that these people are very, like you've seen no examples of that. The riots were purely out of fear and desperation. There's been no like hoarding of resources. There's been no corruption within local governments. There's been no it's been pretty like they're here. They understand they're here, and they're very much here to help each other. And hoping now that they can't leave, that you're here to help them too.
Okay. I'm assuming that I would have told them about the secret underground research lab that we found in the 4 months that I was here.
No.
Okay.
Because you would
It never came up.
By the way.
So
Sorry, the what?
So yeah. So
The what now?
So no, because you were classified for that. So
Sorry.
that's I know. But it's
Stupid.
also I wanted it to be in the game. So
Okay.
Yeah. So you could totally let them know now.
Oh, okay, cool.
The
I'm
people,
like,
yes. Your other crew, probably not.
Yeah, okay. Do we want to get together for a conference or something?
I think that's not a bad idea.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go.
So this
We're gonna go
side-
to our intro while we sideswipe into the conference room. So we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. We've sideswiped over into the conference room, and I think it would probably be in one of the old buildings, and it's probably kind of like run down and like it's like an old lunch table that you've all just kind of like that made work for you. By the way, I also failed to let you know. Taylor, when you made that check earlier and you got 3 successes, I forgot to mention you actually scored a momentum for everybody. That's what that little delta is in the screen. So a momentum can be used to purchase an extra dice. So you know how you roll 2 dice? A momentum can be used to purchase a 3rd dice. So it gives you more chances of rolling something you need in a roll. But it's only 1 and it sits in the pool until people need it.
Perfect. That's
Okay?
good to know.
All right. Okay, so you're in your conference room. There is things to be shared by, I think, almost everybody.
Sorry. Who's the captain? You go first.
Excellent. Welcome to the meeting. The good news is we did manage to get one of the replicators working. Bad news is Ractogeno is off the menu for now, but there is this wonderful glass of water for everybody. How has it all been going?
I'm giving you an extra momentum because that was just so good. That's freebie. Carry on.
Excellent. Commander Yazikov, is there any information you might want to share with us? Hidden secret labs? Or
Well,
I'm
yes.
just throwing it out there.
Yes. For some reason, I have not shared this over the last 4 months.
I feel like the beta sets are probably like, what are they hiding? This is weird. We're getting some sus vibes from Jessica.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Yes. I was reviewing my notes from and logs from our the Haida's first trip here, and I came across the information. I remember now that there was a underground lab where we found the true nature of the populace here. I feel like it may be of interest for the doctor to go down and maybe take a look. Might have insight into this new virus that we are all affected by.
To explain why it hasn't been talked about yet, I'm gonna just say that it's become a cultural, like, it would be a major cultural blow for them. Like, these people would have been like gone from being like very much like they were very welcoming, very peace focused, to all of a sudden, hey, you were literally bred in a lab for war against the enemies of two states. Like, that would be traumatic. So I think we'll say that it was like kept under wraps until such a time when it could be like revealed appropriately to the people. That's that. Yeah, we're gonna say that. That's why it hasn't been talked about.
All right, sounds good. Or am I Romulan?
I mean, that'll happen in a later episode. Not right now.
I've already been, yeah.
So is this secret lab infected, or is it ground zero, or is it actually separate from the infection that we're dealing with on this planet?
Well, the infection seems to be on the plants of the planet, and it came here somehow.
So this lab might be an oasis where this virus doesn't exist?
Could be.
It also could be where it came from. This virus wasn't on the planet until after the Haida was here. So, either we brought it, or it was in the lab. Or
Perhaps
it
there's
was on
some...
a meteorite or something. I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
I know a little bit about science. I'm not a geneticist, but could it be possibly that there might be something in this lab, and when it comes to the genes that might help us find a cure for this virus, and why these people might be especially susceptible to them? I don't know. Does that sound like anything medical?
I think so. Either this is going to be potentially the ground zero of where the virus germinated from, which is very important, or an oasis where it has not yet infected, which is equally important. So we need to treat this with the utmost sensitivity.
I would like to just find some more isolinear chips. That would probably be in my best interest, but I'm there for the ride.
There was an old Romulan warbird from 23rd century in the bunker. They may have some chips in, I'm not sure. But, yeah.
I feel it in my lobe. It's gonna be great.
That Yesikov met yogurt, I'm gonna say you said something, and it was that Dwight and Angela moment where she's just like, Where'd she come from?
Feel it in my lobe. There's gonna be something in this ship for me to work with. Let's go check it out.
You would get along very well with Gurkon, I believe.
Who's that?
It's the engineer on my ship.
Oh,
Large
cool.
Klingon man.
Oh,
Likes
I
to
love
duct
Klingon.
tape things together.
I miss a good bowl of gawk from time to time.
I don't know what that is. I don't care to find out.
You don't know gawk? Not everybody knew what gawk was.
Okay.
Anyways, moving on.
Caitlin, do you have anything you want to add for Sybil? Does Sybil have anything to add?
Captain, I have serious
You're good.
Captain, I have serious concerns about just the behavior of the people on this planet. People are at unrest. I think that if we don't continue to serve them food and water, we're going to have a serious situation. I appreciate the glass of water that you served at this meeting, but I think that we might need a little bit more to serve the rest of our people.
Absolutely, it's the first of many. I absolutely understand what you're saying there, Lieutenant Commander Io. And you're right, the people of this planet are in a very precarious circumstance, as are we all. Our resources are running low, and, well, the planet is dying. We can't find a solution to it, so you're right. We should keep an eye on this situation. Is there anything you would suggest for ensuring, I suppose, our own security to make sure that we can continue to do our job?
I think our best bet is Commander Yazikov suggested that we make sure that the government stays in place, which we can also certainly keep an eye on. But I think that we need to find solutions on a long-term basis. I think exploring that secret lab sounds like an ample opportunity, but I think that we need to get the replicator online as well.
Absolutely. Okay. Right. Well, Lieutenant Yogurt, you are my most capable engineer, but we do need you to go and scout out that Romulan warbird and the secret lab.
All in the same place.
Yeah. Oh, how convenient.
Yeah.
Yesakov, I can't believe you didn't mention this earlier.
I must have hit my head.
It's all right.
Several times.
Is there any way
I don't have a concussion at this point, honestly.
Is there any way to remotely access this lab, such as the databanks, to find out what information we can get before going there? Is that possible at all?
Unfortunately not. If I remember correctly, the lab had a dampening field around it, cut off all communication. Even the ship, the Haida, couldn't locate us. While we were underground. You had to crawl through a little fence. You will be very, very useful.
I am very accustomed to crawling through various tubes and Jeffries and otherwise.
My, that's slightly disturbing, but I love your enthusiasm. Keep it up.
Yeah, that's right. We found it because some kids let us there, grabbed our doctor and let us there.
And somebody in the chat just asked, at what point does secret lab become just a lab?
Well, it's secret because we're not letting the population know, because it would absolutely incite a riot.
It really would.
I would also argue we just learned about this. It's still pretty secret.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there are secrets inside the secret lab, which are still secrets.
So we're doing a field trip to the secret lab to see if there's secrets in the secret lab. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Fantastic. Okay. So let's go do that then. All right. So you heading into the secret lab. This time Yezikov is able to take you towards where the little gate sort of fence area is. It's off behind some like local bushes.
Big old machete.
Well, I mean, so you're able to kind of find the entrance. They've figured out the activation sequence, so you don't need to have somebody from the planet there, because no one here would actually activate it.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So we'll say that they've managed to figure that out. A couple people within the local government know about it and have been waiting for their right time. And they've kind of like, yep, I mean, like, anything you need, you're here to help, so you have access, do what you need to do. So as you kind of walk down to this lab, you're able to flick on the lights, and it's just kind of like one of those boom, boom, boom. Think like very open, huge, big, long space. You do see one of those very old original series style Romulan warbirds, so it looks like a disc. For those of you who haven't seen the original series, it looks like a disc with two nacelles or two tubes attached to the side of it, and a sort of flat back. And it's flared upwards in like a slight V, so that it's got a very predatory bird vibe to it. A
Romulan bird of prey.
Yeah, that's what they look like. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they had like feathers painted on them too. In the
They did,
original
yeah.
series.
They did.
Yeah.
I'm finding a picture and I'm going to set it as my background just for reference.
Ooh, nice.
Smart.
Excuse me. And you see a whole bunch of tubes, cryo tubes and biotubes of Romulans, Klingons, and humans. Just kind of like, just kind of listed down the way. Lots of medical lab tech, and that's an old Romulan warbird right there, bird of prey.
So rock and roll.
Yeah, it's so rock and roll. I mean, here's the secret lab. What would you like to do?
I told you it was a secret lab.
Can I start
That's pretty
reading
secret.
the last logs that were put in here by the physician or the science officer of this vessel?
Sure. Yeah. It's at the lab. But yeah. So you're gonna go to the med part. Are you taking anyone with you, or are you going on your own?
I'm going to the medical lab. Does anybody want to come with me?
I'll
Alright.
accompany you.
Okay.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Okay. So Lieutenant Commander Io and Ensign are going to the med section. What about the other three?
I'm going to go check out that Romulan bird of prey. See if there's anything I can use as an isolinear chip.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Yogurt to make sure. What's Yogurt's pronouns?
She, her.
She doesn't zap herself on something.
Okay.
I'm the lead engineer on this ship.
Yeah, I believe you. I've also met my lead engineer.
I love how,
That's
does Yogurt say it with like shock more than confidence sometimes? Like, is it more of like,
Yeah, like I'm the lead engineer on this ship.
yeah.
What? Me?
Yeah. I'm also chief of security. Am I good at security? Am I good at getting shot? Yes.
Yeah. Chief engineer, somebody lead engineer, chief engineer. Yeah, okay. Let's be pedantic. Chief.
Okay.
You can call me Chief Yogurt.
What about our
I'm just
captain?
saying stuff to make Tim laugh.
It's all
at this
good.
point.
I'm okay with it. What about our captain?
I'm going to go with the engineering crew. It's been a long time since I've seen ships like this. I'm very curious about it.
Okay. So I'm going to hit up our 2 medical crew first. So we'll do them, and then I'll switch to the engineers, okay? All right, so med staff. So as you kind of like head over, it's morbid. This place is like it's old. Things are like off, but not like. How do I word this properly? Like things aren't. It's not like looking at an old witch's kind of like brew station, right? Like things aren't rotting away, but things are definitely kind of like old and not super well maintained. There's kind of like that eerie layer of dust where nothing's been disturbed on top of the consoles, but it's like super thin because it was like a safe room, a clean room. As you start to go through the consoles, you're having to use your tricorders in order to make sure that you can translate things. And as a side note, Yogurt and Commander, don't forget that you don't have your tricorders because you've used it on the replicator. Ensign, give me a reason and medicine check, please, as you start to go through the old files. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to need, it's going to be a difficulty of 3. So that's, you're going to need 3 successes in order to find information about this virus that you're looking for. If I remember, that's what you want to find, right? You want to see if you can find information about the virus? Okay.
Yeah. So a task roll of 3 is what I select?
No, you're going to task roll 2 still at the moment, but you need at least 3 successes. So if you think you need more dice, you need to check with the group and see if you can use that momentum that's in the pool and add a dice.
Can I also assist? As like a senior officer, can I command an ensign to search the files?
Well, you don't necessarily need to command the ensign to search the files, but you can assist.
I want to.
So, is Sybil a borderline Karen? I'm just trying to get a vibe for the character. Is she a borderline Karen? Or is she just like trying super hard?
She likes to feel the power.
Okay, okay. So
I'm getting some very imposing energy from you, Sybil.
So Sybil is very much the protocol, and the captain is very much the no, we'll be in the nice guy. It's like a vice principal and a principal vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So just before we roll, what's our determination, Tim?
Oh, thank you. So determination is find a cure, or at least find a way off. That is literally the determination. So find a cure, or at least find a way off. And the prime directive, it holds as well. You'll all have 2 determination. And those phrases I gave you, those work the same as your values in order to activate those determination. And those determination can be used to give you automatic successes on any roll before you roll.
Automatic critical.
Automatic critical, sorry. Or can be used to re-roll your pool or part of it, however many dice you wish to. They can also be used if you want to really like dive into story and like, no, I'm going to use a determination and this narration happens. I've been pretty lenient with that too, because in my mind, why not? Okay. So yeah, you've got 2 dice. Would you like to burn off one of the pool and give yourself a 3rd?
Yes.
Okay. So now you're going to change task to 3 before you roll. Where it says task roll. You're going to just click on 3 instead of 2.
I did, and then I rolled.
Oh, great. I missed it. I'm pretty. I'm looking right at it. Okay. So, 1, Sybil, let's see if you can help, because you were going to help. You're going to set your task to 1, because that's what you do when you aid. And you're going to roll also a... I would let you do a reason and command if you wanted, since you're commanding her to find the information. Sorry, I assumed gender. I shouldn't have. What is your pronouns for your character, Barbara?
He, him.
He, him.
And I expect Ensign to be doing this quickly. So.
Oh my god. Okay, well, that incentive seemed to definitely have sped up Ensign. Yeah, holy shit. Barbara, Ensign's able to find out that that there is definitely some side effects to the genetics that they kind of like mash together to make these people. They are prone to certain viruses, such as this one. This one seems to be, and you're able to kind of do some cross-referencing. This is a really bizarre helix-based virus. It is almost elegant in its form, and that's part of its problem. Is it's got this sort of string of protein that's protected, and it's why it doesn't affect humanoids, but it does affect plants. So plants can't seem to process things, and it blocks the receptors for
photosynthesis.
Thank you. For photosynthesis. Whereas for humanoids, it just kind of like becomes part of their system and will actually like merge with DNA, but won't actually like damage the humanoid at all. So it's there literally to just destroy the plant. The bitch of it is while you don't find a cure, you do find the answer to your transporter question. Because it's merging with DNA, it's not going to be filtered out through the transporter.
I relay all of this to Sybil. So we can't use the transporter on this. It's merged with the DNA. And we've got big problems here. Now, when I look at this design, can I tell if this was an accidental or a purposeful virus, like evolution?
Oh, the virus or the evolution of the humanoid? So you're dealing with two different people. So that's an interesting question.
Well, I know that I'm wondering if it looks like this virus was purposefully created.
So from I'm sure. I mean, that's yeah. You can make reason. That'd be an insight and medicine check is what that would be. And
yes.
And you're going to need a lot of successes because you're kind of doing this on an old tech with your tricorder.
I'm wondering if my focus with horticulture and botany would help, because botany is like the study of the full plant, but horticulture is specifically more in terms of like growing crops and things like that. So I would have like a scientific understanding of when plants are modified.
Sure, yeah. So you can activate your focuses. Do you want to, before you roll, do you want to use your determination, one of your determination, to give yourself 2 successes right off the bat?
Yes. Do I just click on a determination to do that?
You do, but you got to. So you see your values there?
Yes.
So you either have to activate, so you say what value you're using, or the one that I gave you, the ones that I gave you.
I'm not sure which one would relate.
Well, the one I gave you was find a cure or a way off the planet. So
yes, that one.
That would definitely work. Okay, so whatever you roll now, you've got an automatic 2 successes to it. There's one more momentum in the pool, but if you use it, it means that unless you get more successes than you need, the engineering team won't be able to access that pool. Do you want to use it or not?
Oh.
Can I also assist in this task?
You can also assist, yeah. And I'm going to get you to assist first this time. You going to use it?
Yes, because the only way is through.
Oh, she even activated one of her values for this one. Pardon me. Okay. So that is activated. So your task is going to be 3.
Okay.
Sybil, I'll get you to roll first, please. This time it's going to be an insight and medicine because you are assisting with this specific search. Okay, so we got 1 success. And then your determination gives you 2 more successes. That's 3. Let's see your roll. Oh,
Oof.
okay. So that's 5 successes. Okay, you want the good news or the bad news?
Yes.
Which one first?
Bad.
Okay, so as you're going through, you're digging deep and you just kind of like get invested. And as you go, you're just flying on the keyboard. And yeah, full on like, yeah, exactly, yeah. And then all of a sudden, before you realize it, you hear this sort of like, you can smell that burning wire smell. And then you see sparks. You see, you see sparks fly out of the machine and all over the place. So there's sparks just flying out, and it just kind of like fries the whole centerpiece. This console and all the medical information pertaining on it have been lost. However, before that happened, you were able to see proof that this was in fact a manufactured virus.
It was made. It was made. This was a choice. This was a decision. It was a choice. It was manufactured. This is a manufactured virus.
And you managed to record it onto your tricorder.
Yes. So this is a pickle, Sybil. I destroyed this console, but I know that this was purposefully made. This virus is on purpose. It's a pervirus.
Adequate work, Ensign.
Adequate,
I appreciate that.
Work. Oh my god, so... We have a captain who's like thanking everyone for coming to the meeting, and then a commander who's like, yeah, that was good. That's fantastic. Okay, Ensign and Commander, I'm leaving you. I'm going to the other 3. So you step onto this ship, and you can like taste the history. Actually can taste the history because that air is like really like stale. Yeah, it's kind of like, oh god,
Tastes like Romulans in here. And we all know
So
that's
questions.
not good.
The ship is really old. I'm gonna need a daring and engineering as you kind of like an insight and engineering as you try and sort out what you could actually use. And what could actually be like, made or figured out.
So if we're using, say, here's a question.
Yeah.
So, did Ensign Denizen use up all of our determination to get the virus stuff? Or no?
Ensign Denizen only used his determination. Each of you has your own determination. You each have 2 determination that you can use. Yeah.
So we share momentum.
What Ensign did use was all the momentum that you share. And that comes and goes with rolling dice.
Okay. So I would like to use one of my values for this roll.
Okay.
And my value is I can feel it in my lobes.
All right. So you literally
like that's what's a,
no, I get you. Yeah.
It's like a Ferengi instinct instead of like feeling in your gut.
Yeah,
like, oh, I gotta get that. I feel it in my lobes.
Yeah.
So they are going to, or she is going to, use her engineering knowledge and her gut feeling to, I guess, find what's useful still on this ship. Does that mean I get an extra die?
So if you're using your value, that means you activate your determination.
Yeah.
And that actually gives you not just another dice; it gives you 2 automatic successes.
Okay. Cool. So am I still rolling 2d20?
You are still rolling 2d20. Yeah. And great. So you got 4 successes.
Nice.
So that's actually going to generate 2 momentum.
Yay.
So here's how this works, because we've got skills now that are key for it. So when you activate momentum, when you generate momentum, your character first manage to get it. So you get it, and now you can use one to gain more information. So the answer to your skill check question that you made, or the task that you just did, yes, Lieutenant Yogurt, there is parts you can use in, like, they're very old Duotronic computer module pieces. It will keep things running, but like it's still just a short-term fix.
Okay, so if I want to spend one of my momentum to find something more useful or more information, I could do that.
Yeah, you tell me that, and then we gather information, and you ask me one question, and I give you an answer.
Oh, man. What's the most useful thing I can pull off this ship right now?
Nice. Probably the most useful thing you can pull off the ship is the old power supply unit. Romulans in Star Trek, for those who aren't huge Trekkies, use a weird power source. They didn't use it yet at this point. At this point, they were still using old sort of warp systems. So you could definitely reconfigure their warp system without having to take your own off your ship.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely some like power supply you don't have to stress about.
Great. Could I do that? Yeah. Do I have to roll for that?
No. It is something you can do. So it's one of those things, unless you would like to generate momentum. However, acknowledging that you can also generate consequences, like Ensign did.
Okay, no, I'll do that.
Okay, so that's going to take some time. So we're going to say that's what you're doing for now.
Okay, and I let everybody know, like, we can use this the power to generate more power. So we're going to pull the power supply out of the ship, and it should be useful. And I'll see if there's anything else in here, but we'll definitely make use of what's here and is still intact.
All right.
Yeah, I'm doing stuff. Like, I'm the chief engineer.
Yes, you said that several times.
I will keep saying it until I believe it. I've got a bit of imposter syndrome, but we're working it out.
Oh, I feel Lieutenant Yogurt's pain. Okay.
You're so strange.
Captain and Commander, what are the two of you doing?
I think I'd like to take a bit of a tour of this old Romulan warbird, maybe head up to the bridge.
How's Yazikov doing with that?
What, being in a warbird?
Yeah.
She's respectful. She's like, yeah, this is old stuff.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool. Like, she recognizes like a lot of the attributes of like Klingon engineering and stuff. And she's like, oh, I recognize that. Fucking blaster or whatever. Like,
yeah.
This
Gurkhan wouldn't shut up about this shit.
Yeah, disruptor. This is the first iPhone. I remember. Yeah. I've seen a ton of iPhone 8s. This is the first iPhone. That's cool. But actually, I would like to use since Yogurt sorry, brain reboot. Just talking about how much we need power. I like, well, we could use the disruptors to generate power if we're looking for power. And I'll go over and see if I can find any and start stripping them down.
So you're doing a search for security systems, basically?
Yeah.
Okay. And Captain, what are you doing? You're going up to the bridge, and are you just kind of like doing that very Picard sort of run your hand along the rails and like get a feel
And how did you know? So yeah, I want to take a look around the bridge and try and get an idea of when the ship was landed here, what the purpose might have been. Like, why did they hide this ship? I'll sort of walk around the captain's chair, maybe sit down in it a little bit and just get a feel for it.
As you sit down, the console on the side like handle kind of pops up for the captain.
Ah, fantastic. I look down at it. What do I see?
It's old paneling. I mean, at its time, it would have been really advanced. Now it's kind of like child's play. You could probably rewire this in a second, or just get your tricorder to bypass it.
Oh man, it's like a flip phone, hey?
Yep.
How does that work again? I have a tricorder. I wave it.
Oh wait, you don't have your tricorder. Your tricorder is broken.
I still
That's
have
right.
my tricorder.
Yeah, but you're away from the bridge. You're doing
Yeah.
your security stuff. Okay, so what I want from you then, what I want from you, Commander Tall, is sorry, Kalo. Jesus. Hey. What I want from you is please give me an insight and engineering.
Okay.
Great. Okay, so you're kind of like, you're looking at this thing, and it's like, oh, I gotta move the red to the yellow, and you kind of like pop it open, you flip a couple wires, and it bypasses into you hear this old ticker tape like readout come from behind you. Yeah. And you see a readout, kind of like, it looks like the log is being sput out from the
interesting. I will
last
go
log.
and wait for it and sort of reel it together.
Yeah.
How long is it? Like,
and we're gonna say it's written in like that. What's the? Yeah, she's just making a coil. What's the language used in courtrooms?
Short.
Yeah. So it's literally like the Romulan version of that. So you're able to kind of like. Do you speak Romulan?
I don't know that we got as far as languages, but I will yell for
do.
Yezikov at this point. Yezikov! Yes, stop messing around with those disruptors and get in here. There's a
But I like the disruptors. All right.
So the
Just stuff
captain
them
just
in my
kind of like,
bag.
and there's this pile of ticker tape. Yeah.
Not mild. What would you like me to do with this?
Sorry.
Captain?
What?
Yeah.
What would you like me to do with this?
well, I was just pressing buttons, not at random. And this came out. I think it's a log or something. Well, I mean, I don't know what it is. It's in Romulan. I don't read Romulan, but I hear you're the expert.
Yes, I do speak. Yes, let me look at it here.
What does it say? I will lean very closely over your shoulder,
I'll like
supervising.
drape it over like a console and start going through it.
Yeah, so it's essentially talking about how this is the final log for this ship. It's left here so that when the time is right to strike against the enemies of both the Romulan state and the Klingon Empire, they'll be able to prevail. Yada yada yada. Blah blah blah. Hate. There's not a lot of like actual something that can be used. It's lots of propaganda. You do notice that there's kind of like a couple like lines of personal comments about how like a lot of resources went into building this thing. We might not want to abandon it. Oops. Looks like they didn't listen to this captain.
Yeah. It's mostly Romulan rhetoric. A lot of hail Empire, glory to the Empire, and then a reluctance to abandon this site.
Oh, that's
You
interesting.
do find one line deep kind of in there. And you had to kind of like, you passed it the first time, you had to catch it the second one. There's a comment about their contact from within.
Yeah, my. Looks like they may have hit a mole. This line says something about a contact from within. I hesitate to guess what within means. I assume Starfleet, maybe. The last time we were here, we did note that populace here, yes, Klingon and Romulan, but the only way that they could make this work is to combine with human DNA as well. So, who this contact from within is, nobody here seems to know about this place, so I'm reluctant to think that it's for local.
Okay, so it's not entirely clear who this person is, this within, but there is something more here. Interesting. And propaganda, even in the log, surely it's not necessary there. Only they are going to read it, or and us, I suppose. Do you feel like you've been propagandized to? It's not working on me. I don't want to join the Empire.
And she laughs like, I mean, this is normal for Romulan. All of this is. Any of the logs are always revealed by their superiors, and if not enough propaganda, then they might be a traitor to the Empire and killed. So, just enough.
Interesting. Oh, take it. Maybe something to consider for my own logs. Spice them up a bit, you know?
More Federation propaganda. We're
Yes.
getting along great.
Yeah.
Peace for everyone. Huzzah!
Capitalism is bad.
What's the like MI6 in Star Trek again?
Section 31.
13.
Section
31.
31.
Section
13, 31.
Yes,
I'm sure
31.
Section 31 would appreciate it, Captain.
So I do want to. Okay, so I'm gonna give a little bit of a like. So Leah, your character only knows about that because you kind of like fell into it. It is very much a not talked about conversation thing within the Federation.
Oh, Section 31?
Yeah, they're
okay.
they're like hidden within hidden.
Yeah.
The closest
We're like
anyone,
Section 30 what? Who?
Yeah, exactly. The
Yeah, the
closest
joke
thing that
just
anyone would be
doesn't land.
referred to
Yeah.
would be like Starfleet intelligence.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I think my translator may have broken.
it's,
It's so dicey sometimes.
it's like old
There's
shit.
no such thing as Section 13. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Okay, so can I like roll to see if I can get anything outside of this ticker tape?
What are you looking for?
I want a little bit more information about their man on the inside, or sorry, person on the inside.
Oh,
Or was it just kind of like a crumb you wanted to throw?
no, it's literally like just a drop in. That's
Okay.
it. Yeah.
All right, cool.
You
No.
could send this off for like analysis, but unless you want to spend like literally hours prowling over this ticker tape.
I mean, I'll tag it as like evidence or
Yeah.
whatever. We'll send it back to the base, but not spending any more time on this.
as you
Go back to
as you sort of tear off the tape
disruptors.
and kind of like finish reading, the whole ship kind of goes. And
Oh.
from somewhere deep within the loins of the ship, you hear, "I got it!"
That
I
me?
think she
Yeah,
got
that's
it.
you. You got the engineering section.
I got it!
Lieutenant Yogurt has finished work. I think we should get that in.
As you're like having to turn on your flashlights to find your way out.
Really don't think they should be crawling around.
Yeah, I guess I do the thing and
Yeah. We us players, we're actually going to take our break now. So we got 10 minutes. We're going to take a quick bio break. We'll be back then, and then we'll carry on outside of the base. So we'll see you all very shortly. Enjoy the music from Norse Foundry. It's all free to use if you're streaming. It's copyright free, and yeah, see you in a few minutes.
Yeah.
All right, and we are back. Nothing to see here. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. So we are back. Star Trek Lost Voyages with our illustrious crew down on the planet of Chatopra, trying to help the people there survive a massive plague and virus that's hit their planet and has just devastated the ecosystem. We have managed to salvage an old Romulan warbird of its power supply. And we're going to go to our engineer, Lieutenant Junior Grade, Yogurt, trying to set that up and fix that. The rest of the information that you found in the previous part has been sent off. We're going to transfer that up to your ship, and they'll send it off out back into the Federation for the uppity ups to figure out, as it is not something that can be really sort of figured out right now. Yogurt, do you want anyone to help you?
Yeah, I would love it if Yesikov could come help me.
Okay.
All right.
Yes,
Because they seem to know a thing or two about Romulan technology.
Yes, very much so. Okay, and while you're doing that, what would Sybil and Captain Velo and Ensign like to do? I love saying your name, by the way. Ensign Denizen. They're so good. Excuse me.
I can feel how much you like it.
I mean, I do. Yeah, it's like emanate. Okay, so
I feel like doing an experiment.
Oh.
oh my god. Okay.
Well, it's just.
I love that. That's how you started. So, is it literally like the three of you walking back to the medical stations, and you just blurt that out? Is that? Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah. Perfect. We're just gonna carry on with this story for the moment. Yeah. Please continue.
Ensign, please tell us any particular experiment or just generally.
Well, it's just that this is a virus. This is a purposeful virus, and it's impacting photosynthesis. Now, green light, chlorophyll is green because green light is not used in the photosynthesis process. So I'm curious if I imbue plants with other light rays, maybe there's a way to get photosynthesis to happen with different wavelengths of light.
Interesting. Yes, that is right. If photosynthesis is the problem here, then that's certainly one way to try and jury rig the photosynthesis process. There are those other plants as well that grow around thermal vents. Maybe if we is there a way to grow more of those plants if we were to sort of switch over to using a genetically engineered plant that either used a different wavelength of light or drew its energy from heat from the planet's core?
So I'm just gonna interject really quickly. While that's a great idea, engineering and terraforming is part of trying to fix the problem. Is part of what happened to make it worse on this planet specifically. So it happened faster on this planet because everyone tried to fix things that were being broken. So doing that, Captain, might not actually be a good idea.
Oh, but they didn't have Ensign Denizen.
This is very true. 100% very true.
So maybe I should approach it like I'm trying to break it further.
Yes, let's try and make the planet as uninhabitable as possible, and it's guaranteed that we will make it better. You've got to go through the
device. No big deal.
Yeah, you got to go through the dark to get to the what's the phrase the night is always darkest just before the dawn. Let's charge into that darkness, Ensign.
Thank you. Thank you. If I may have permission to do at least some kind of double-blind light experiment.
Commander Sybil, are you okay with all of this?
Captain, with all due respect,
Oh,
I witnessed Ensign's work, and while he did find some very valuable insights for us, I would like to remind you that he did destroy our main resource for information. Are we sure that we want to trust him with this high level of an experiment? Would you consider maybe we do some resource missions amongst the people?
Yeah, resource missions is good. What about if we both stood over one of his shoulders and supervised him while he worked? Is that? No, you're right. The resource missions, that's definitely the way we should go. That was a terrible idea.
Captain, I respect you a lot, and I know that we both have a high interest in commanding Ensign Denizen, but I will defer to your orders.
I love that this is all like right in front of Ensign Denizen. Like Ensign has heard every word of this. Like this, literally, you are behind him, over his shoulders as you're speaking this exact thing. I love this. I'm sorry.
Feeling a lot of feeling on top of the words you're saying. There's like layers of what you're communicating right now.
I will add that one of Commander Civil IO's values is honesty above pleasantries.
One of mine is honesty is always the right choice.
It's funny that yours is nicer than mine.
Jesus. Okay. Ensign. So what is your plan then? You want to try and see if you can make some plants soak up different rays?
I would like to do that if that's not considered disobeying a direct order.
Captain? Commander?
I defer to our captain.
Captain?
Well,
Making this space.
Making this space. Well, one of my values is I am my own worst enemy, and also stay curious. I really want to see how this experiment is going to pan out. So I will ask the commander to take the left shoulder, and I will take the right shoulder, and let us both peer over while Ensign Denizen goes to work.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Yes.
What I'm going to do.
HMC Fletch just said it's probably okay as long as he isn't trying to fix things. All right. So, Ensign. So this is going to be what's called an extended task. So you're going to have to get a certain amount of successes every turn, or it will fail. So it's a different kind of system than what we've done so far. So far we've done just like either you succeed or you don't. You get partial information, you get all the information. This is you need to kind of like get a chunk of information, get a chunk of information, get a chunk of information. And if you at any point kind of like fail this, it will set you back. Okay?
I'm prepared for failure.
Okay. Okay. All right. So the first roll, and you actually can start to like, I don't want to say barter with me because that's the wrong word, but if you have an idea on how you want this to go, you can pitch attributes to me. The discipline is going to be either science or medicine. Almost every
Science.
time. Yeah.
But,
Okay.
and I think I'd like to use my insight because my upbringing was agriculture and I have a focus on horticulture and botany. So I have a lot of different plant insight.
Okay. So the one thing I'm going to say to you is you can't use the same attribute twice in a row.
Then I will go with reason.
So no. Like so you can use in this extended task you're about to make. So you can't use an insight. You can use an insight, then a reason. So you're thinking of an idea, then you're applying the idea. Then you're thinking of the idea, then you're applying the idea. That's the kind of concept behind it.
Great. I'd like to start with insight and science, please.
Great. Okay. So let's get a roll. I believe there are still 2 momentum in the pool, or have they all been used? They were all used, weren't they?
There's one.
There's 1. Thank you.
I'm just going to go with my own stuff here because
Great.
in solitude is strength.
Sure. And am I correct? So are the captain and the commander, like, are you actually both over Ensign's shoulders?
Yes, that was
Yeah,
what I
okay,
said.
fantastic. Are you aiding or just watching?
Sybil Aya will reluctantly aid
I
to
feel the
avoid
reluctance.
further disaster.
Captain Valar is also going to aid, but on the side of failure, because we're trying to fail, right? We're trying to not fix the planet. I'm going to tap Ensign on the shoulder and say, make it not so.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and I can
Sybil
feel that you're
is
serious about that too.
So-
I love this.
Both of you, can I have each of you roll once? Ensign, hold off for a second. The other two, I need each of you to roll once. So you're gonna roll one dice, so task roll of one. It's going to be what was it, Ensign? Insight and science.
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna make an insight and science check for me, please, to see if you assist and desist, not assist.
So who rolls first? They do?
They do, yeah.
They do? Oh, they went? Yay.
Yeah, they went. Okay, great. So they negate each other. So there is no help but no hindrance coming from off of your roll. So while the captain is trying to make you fail, the commander is trying to make you succeed. Oh my god. Are you two supposed to be muted right now? Because that's amazing. It's just like the fact that we can't hear you and you're both making faces.
Just like the body language.
Yeah, I know. It was really good.
Well,
Okay.
Sybil just doesn't want the captain to really know the choice words. But I think that there's some betazoid to betazoid words being had.
Are they good choice words? Are you...
And they're-
What are you doing? Okay.
Exposing the different types of light.
Nice. Okay, Ensign.
I'm imagining this is sort of like you have like a disco ball almost, like one of those light projectors with it's just like spinning and people,
I'm playing techno music in my head, like
Yeah. All right. So you're making progress. The next roll on your extended task is going to be more difficult, though. You will need at least 3 successes in order to succeed the next roll. Before you make it, though, I'm going to cut over to our engineering team. So, engineering team.
Yes.
It's like chaos on all the live streams. All right.
That's what I'm here for.
I mean, I'm here for it. Okay. The two of you have hauled out this old sort of old dilithium reactor. Now, this sucker is like pre-recrystallization. So when this is gone, it is gone. You've got
unless somehow we can get some nuclear ions from a warship and recrystallize it, so then we can beam the whales into the future.
True. If you can beam the whales into the future, then you can somehow manage to deep cut.
I'm not sure how this is applicable.
Just deep cut.
Yeah. So that's Taylor the player. I don't know anything about whales, so anyway.
Looks my nose bleeding.
Yeah. What we could probably use this for is activating the replicators for a little bit longer, so maybe we can have maybe 1 cup of Ractigino, but provide hopefully some water and other supplies to treat the ailing clongulins. What are the people of this planet called? What's the demonym of the people of this planet?
The planet's called
Chenians?
Chatopra.
Chatopra, so it's Chatoprians. So we can keep treating the Chatoprians and hopefully keeping any sort of civil unrest at bay or fighting over resources for at least a temporary measure. Though I will say that your help will be vital in getting this hooked up because I'm, while I know my dilithium cores, I'm not super confident with like the Romulan, sort of Romulan technology. I know my cores, but you know, Romulans.
I mean, that's what Beagle Limited says to her too. Okay.
I'll do my
I mean,
best.
and nothing against Romulans. I'm not trying to be racist or anything like that. I just don't know their own technology.
Yes, I don't think anyone was accusing you of being racist, Judy.
I just want to make sure that nobody thinks I'm racist.
It's just like, duh.
It's important to me. There's a lot of negative perceptions of Ferengis ourselves, so I'm trying to just set the record straight.
Yes, no, absolutely. What can I help you with? Gurkon doesn't usually allow me near engineering.
Well, that's all gonna change. I would love to have your assistance in this. So if maybe you could help me figure out which of this is the input and the output, and this thing and the other thing. Just help me read some of the symbols on here. That'd be super helpful.
All right. Yes, I can translate.
All right.
Let me integrate the systems. We're mixing old Romulan technology that I am not familiar with Federation technology, obviously.
Let me get some rolls. Let me get some rolls in, please. That voice is like so fucking perfect. Oh my god. Bravo. Like seriously, bravo. Okay.
I only sign up for live streams so I can do funny voices.
I appreciate it.
I have to bug somebody with them besides Carmen at home.
Okay, Yazikov, let's get a reason and, pick your discipline at this point. I think engineering, but, well, I mean, what else would you use for, maybe presence for languages?
Sure, I'll take it.
Also, somebody said I'm the Beagle of the ship. I don't think so.
So as
I am way cooler than Beagle.
As far as how
she's also confident.
You Beagle is my favorite NPC. He's lasted 5 years. Okay. So let's go with a reason and security, because you are reading something that is tapped directly to your security background. You're reading Romulan, right? Like that's
yeah. I'm just like translating for her, and I'm assuming lifting heavy things because that's what I do.
Yeah.
And reaching tall
that's
things.
also helpful. I'm very short. I'm 5 feet tall or shorter.
Yeah, I'm like 6'5". I'm quite large.
I love this pairing. That's a great pairing.
Yeah. So when you're like barking at me, I'm like, oh my god, you're so stupid. You're not like a chihuahua.
This is a real like Danny DeVito's, Arnold Schwarzenegger twin situation.
Yes.
I love this. This is a whole vibe. I love it. You could just like pick me up and be like, "We're going now. You're going to the other side of the ship now. Goodbye."
Okay. Yazikov, let's get a roll.
Piss. That one either says "fuck your mother" or input. Not sure. Either.
Sorry, fuck my mother or input.
It's a very common symbol.
Oh my god.
It's a 22. Jesus.
Tim's broken.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moogie. Please do not talk about my Moogie in this way.
Moogie is mother in Ferengi. Barbara's just got this like shocked look on her face, like she's so shocked at the moment what is going on. Oh, you're muted.
Can't hear you.
Oh yeah, I'm just feeling all of the emotions while dealing with my plants, and it's just Ensign Dennison gets overwhelmed really easily.
Yeah, that's very true. Okay.
Gas profanity in Star Trek. Yeah, well, there is profanity in the newer Star Trek.
All right. Oh my God! Now there's other people wanting to break me. Okay. So. Yazikov, are you going to keep that 0 or are you going to determination that away?
Well, it is 9:15.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to determine that away.
All right.
Confidence comes from training and discipline.
Confidence comes from training and discipline. Done. All right.
So that I get to re-roll?
Re-roll the one,
Okay.
right? Or you can re-roll both if you wish.
Well, while Leah is rolling, can I say something from the chat in my
Please.
Ferengi voice?
Yeah.
Moogie, sorry. I mean Moogie. Sorry, Moogie, sorry.
Nice.
Moogie, sorry.
Moogie? Sorry.
Me.
Oh my god, and it goes to a 2. Holy jeez. All right.
So 3 successes.
So 3 successes
translate
in the
good.
assist. Translate really good. Okay. So you're translating really good. That's going to convert into. I'm going to let you have those full 3 successes. I'm telling you right now, you need another 3
Okay.
in order to connect this properly. So you need 6 altogether.
Okay, so does that mean to get a 3rd die, do I want to use my determination to get the successes and then roll on top of that?
You could do that, or you could use that momentum, or you could do both.
Well, I'll use my value of I'll attempt anything once.
Mm-hmm.
To use my determination. And do I want to spend momentum? Does the momentum come back every episode?
Momentum comes back as often as you roll higher than the successes needed.
You get
Okay.
2 determination per episode.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Leah, for answering my question.
Oh, yeah,
Thank you also, Tim.
Determination comes back right away. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'll use my determination of I'll attempt anything once, and sure, I'll spend my momentum as well to get that extra die.
Yeah. Okay.
And
So 4. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's actually going to put 1 success back into the momentum pool.
hey, it
Or
works
you've
out.
got 1 if you want, but really you don't need it at this point. Like it's.
Yeah.
Okay. So you power up, and as you do, the replicators come online. So the industrial strength replicators are kind of like. This will definitely make your lieutenant commander Sybil really impressed, because this will keep the people fed and watered for months.
As they say in the Ferengi rules of acquisition, peace is good for business.
Can I let you down now?
Oh, please, yeah, down east, please. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Who's gonna lift you when she's gone?
I assume Ellen's character, but
I think Sybil's actually the tallest of the group of you. I think the way her character was described was like very tall, imposing, big hair. Like her hair is like Fran Drescher big.
ooh, love it. Just put me on the top of that hair.
The hair's not strong.
They don't need to know that. Okay.
How much hairspray?
Back to
Yeah, just lacquered.
Back to our commander. Don't encourage them, go ball. Back to our ensign. Ensign, can you please give me your next task roll? So this cannot be insight. It needs to be a reason, because you're reasoning out what you've kind of like sussed from the last check you made.
And do I have to change it from science to something else as well?
No, you don't have to. Not at this point, no.
Great.
The attributes thing too. Okay, yeah.
And I'm still being watched?
I think so. Are you still watching, you two? Are you trying to help now? Are you trying to still like keep her from doing this, or Captain?
I think let's change up the strategy and both push in the same direction.
Well,
Lieutenant.
Captain, it's important to me that we try to do things well in order to achieve tasks and objectives well.
Wait, are you like pushing to access your Starfleet protocols focus? Is that what this vibe is that I'm getting from you right now?
It may be.
Okay, well, you're the first player I've ever had in 5 years to do that, so I'm gonna give it to you. So when you make your check, you can activate your focus. Captain, what are you doing?
Taking this all on board, she's pulled out the Starfleet protocol. Now, usually my instinct is to pull away slightly from Starfleet protocol, but maybe that's not the right call in this instance. Okay, let's Starfleet protocol it up. So you're suggesting that we not do this? Continue, or
I'm simply suggesting that we do not actively try to fail at this task.
but the logic was flawless. The two wrongs will in fact make a. Oh, I see.
Jesus.
Nobody here is Vulcan, so.
Yeah.
I know.
We didn't bring a
Logic
Vulcan.
flaws.
Our Vulcan is in the chat and is probably twitching. Like, that's not how it works. Okay, I need a decision. So I know that Sybil is going for a success.
Oh yes, pulling in the same direction. That was the thing. Yes, I also wish for success.
Okay, so Sybil, I'll let you make your roll. You're gonna one dice, and you're gonna activate your focus.
And sorry, was it reason and science?
It is. Which one are you using now? Reason and science, Barbara?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Excuse me. Okay. And Captain Callow, also a reason and science.
Yeah, should be.
And
enough.
do you have Starfleet Protocol?
I
as
do
a
not.
focus?
No.
Okay. What focuses do you have? Do you have anything you think you could use?
Observation, composure, negotiation.
Observation is 100% usable in this case. You are totally observing.
I feel like I was negotiating too. And team dynamics is in there. That's all. Can I use all of them?
Yeah, I mean, they're all activated, but it still only gives you one dice.
Sure. So am I rolling another one to do that?
No,
or...
that was. Did you activate it? Your focus is in there.
I have not. No.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead. Roll it a second time. Make sure your focus is yes. Okay, still the same thing. Okay.
Can I activate my focus too for botany?
Yes. So you've got 2 successes. Your commanders are both helping you. It seems like they like your idea. All right, so that is a total of 4 successes and no weird failure things, so that's good. And one of those was even a 2, so you even activated your botany focus with that check. So I'm going to put another momentum into the pool. Excuse me. So, given enough time and enough sort of like space, given enough resources, you could come up with a new system of chlorophyll that will allow these plants to, like, say, go pink or purple instead of green, which is kind of like like there's a lot of planets out there they figure algae would be pink or purple instead of green. It would take some engineering. It would take some time. You figure in a good 3 decades, you could have this planet ready to go.
Doesn't seem timely.
I mean, you're asking for a big thing in a very small amount of time.
So it seems possible.
It does seem possible.
But maybe it's not the right choice right now. But at least we know it's possible. Like, this is an avenue of possibility.
You can send your research back to Starfleet.
Well, before you do that, there is one thing you do figure out if you would like to use the momentum to gain some information.
Sounds like a great idea. I feel like I feel like that might be the right decision.
Okay. So as you gain information, the thing that you figure out is that there is a very, very old, very not used tea leaf from the Klingon homeworld called Trenin leaves. And you found records of it in your tricorder when you're going through the files that you grabbed. this is one of those things that's like, in our time, it'd be like our grandparents or great grandparents drank this tea, but we would not. Like, it's just like there are better teas. We have. I mean, we have moved on.
Updated tea technology.
Yeah, we've updated our tea intake.
Everybody's drinking Ractaginos now, anyways.
That's right. It's all about the Ractagino, right? So
Yeah.
there's this old leaf called a Trenin leaf, and it's very rare. It's on Kronos. They had a few here. Now, it is not a cure. However, you're fairly certain that you can synthesize enough from this leaf for your crew that will allow you to leave the planet. So it won't cure you of the disease or the virus that's in there, but it will hinder its ability to spread beyond you.
Wow, that's great yield from this experiment. Commanders, it's just tannin leaves on Kronos, and I think if we drink it, we might be able to leave here and not make other people sick.
Maybe that's what you were experimenting on, and you found out you found out that by experimenting on it. Who knows? Found deep cut research. Just gonna pick any plan. This one looks good.
It's also 2-hour game research.
I know, a bit of Deus Ex Machina. Sure,
Yes.
I know. I'm just trying to help you justify it.
Yeah, thanks.
Team player.
Yeah. There is just enough for the 6 of you, the 5 playing and the 1 who is not currently here.
So
we're gonna say that your Lieutenant Commander Tala is up on the ship. Actually, that's actually a perfect way to excuse why Ellen is where Ellen is. So Tala is running the ship right now.
Excellent. That's fantastic news, Ensign. We can leave. That was definitely one of our missions here, and Lieutenant Commander Io. Great news. At least in 30 years' time, we'll be able to fix the planet. Kind of. That should give the inhabitants a little bit of hope that at least there is some way of fixing their planet, even if there is some tough times in the immediate future, and we'll continue to assist in that time.
I assume we should get started then.
Seems like it, hey?
Yogurt walks up and is like, maybe we should bring some of that tannin plant up to the ship. See if we can't make more. I don't know, or something.
Oh, how are those replicators coming along?
Oh yeah, they're good. They're okay. We have the power for now, but they'll mostly just keep supplies available, so the people on this planet aren't struggling to have water and things like this. But we should really try and get more replicators down to the planet as soon as possible.
There are no more replicators. You stripped everything except for your actual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean from Starfleet. We should get, if there's more available from Starfleet, like if we're able to get off ship and bring more off world, bring more replicators from somewhere. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So you have had the call out, Captain. Actually, I'll throw this to you. You have made that call, and you have been told by Starfleet Medical, make do with what you have. No more help is coming. Keep this to yourself.
Well, that's depressing. Well, we shall make our request known to Starfleet. They haven't really let me know when the other replicators will be here. If we leave now, we may leave these people in a difficult, tight spot. Any other magic you can work on those replicators, keep them working a bit longer, Ensign? Oh, sorry. Lieutenant.
I'm the chief engineer, and I'm a lieutenant. For now, this is all we have. So whatever we're gonna do, we have to do it quickly.
Okay. with that, a call comes in from the ship in orbit, your ship. We're cutting kind of like forward a couple days. A call comes in from the ship in orbit. Captain, we're going to need you to bring you up here right away. We're under attack.
That's alarming. Everybody, gather around. Let us return to the ship. They're under attack. Wait, how are we going to get there?
Beam?
They're going to beam you up.
They can do. They didn't put the shields up yet. Quickly,
Well,
everybody!
So they'll rotate the shields through, so they can drop them for a brief second to beam you up.
Seems legit.
Part of the news you get while that is all happening, Ensign, your direct XO, the ship's doctor, was killed in the initial volley. You've gone from physician's assistant to chief medical officer of the ship. Congratulations, Lieutenant. Junior
Wow.
grade.
Yay!
I feel underqualified and conflicted. Thank you for the promotion.
That is exactly what I was going for. Okay. That, however, is where we end with it to be continued. So, this crew will see you back in 1 month, 4 weeks. 4 weeks we'll be back to continue on from here. Varia and the rest of the crew will meet you back. Don't think about it, how she got there. We'll meet you back.
I guess I'll just leave.
Bye. Bye. No, actually, Varia's actually going to
Give you a
stick around.
little pat on the hat.
Varia's going to actually stick around here. You're going to be playing Sarah when you come back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll be back in 2 weeks with our new our new crew, another new crew, with our old crew, and we will see how it goes. They're going to be dealing with the same story from a different point of view. That's what I'm going for. Anyone have anything they want to pitch or throw out there? Your own stuff that you're doing?
Oh yeah, I mean, I could mention that
Yeah,
if you like my shenanigans, you can listen to the last 2 seasons of Adventure.exe, the podcast, wherever you can find podcasts, the good ones especially. And you can also find my art on Instagram at TayRamon69. And I sell like t-shirts and stickers and stuff. I mean, Leah can even attest to that because, she's got a few on her helmet and her bike helmet. But,
Yeah.
Love them, by the way.
Yes. It's a bunch of nerdy stuff. So some D&D themed stuff, some Star Trek, some Star Wars, a bunch of weird random barges and things like this. So
Hooray!
yeah.
Okay. Anyone else?
No.
Yeah, I do have one thing. So my partner and I run a community called Rocket Reads, and we are doing a charity event on March 12th for Rainbow Refugee. We're playing 3 games of D&D throughout the day. We have a ton of stuff to give away, like those dice, the Legend, D&D Beyond bundles. We've got some pillows, some with like dice and stuff on them. So come on over. We'll be on Twitch streaming all day at Rocket Reads. Come and watch us play some D&D and raise money for charity.
I actually get to play in one of those. I'm pretty excited. I'm playing. I'm playing a dwarf. A dwarf who's a snake charmer.
Oh yeah.
I'm a dwarf snake charmer.
Tim, no.
I totally lied on my resume, but the rest of the team doesn't know it. Totally lied on my resume. Oh yeah, it's great.
Is it a trouser snake charmer?
No.
That's immediately what I thought. Too.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm not the only one.
Oh
Yeah.
my god,
Yeah,
no.
I was like, okay,
No.
Tim, calm down.
No,
Yeah,
totally.
Cordial and mean. Tim the GM.
No. Nay. Did
So that's
not
March 12th if you want to see Tim's
oh my
trousers
God.
fake charmer.
Everyone thought that? What kind of image do I have in the community?
Oh no,
Jesus
it's just
Christ.
that we're all perverts. That's the thing.
Oh man, I was all impressed with this. Like I'm beardless and I'm immune to poison, so I thought snakes are perfect. This is oh Jesus. Okay, please somebody take this away from me. Barbara.
Something to plug.
Yes,
Critical
please.
Hit Show is going to be live in person at the Rio Theater on March 9th. It's been 2 years.
Oh my God.
We're all going. I'm buying tickets right now. I'm sorry.
I was like, I'm like so excited and scared and excited and like. Ah.
That's exciting. Very cool.
Live in person. Oh man, I think that one of the last times I went on there, I got to draw tattoos on Barbara's butt. So I mean, come down. There might also be that opportunity.
Ooh, I get
This
to.
was a Dungeons and Dragons show.
I get to
Yes.
fight Ellen again.
Yeah.
Barbara, may I
That's so
give you a hug
exciting.
when I see
Yay.
you?
Yes.
Okay, that's awesome. Anyone who wants to come with me, let me know. I'll buy tickets for everyone. You can pay me back. Okay. And Caitlin, you got anything?
No, I'll just shout out the best sci-fi book club in the city, the Space Popes. Thanks, guys.
Ooh, tell me more about the Space Popes.
Oh, I don't know. It's a secret club, but I'll talk to the team and see if we've got any entry forms
Okay.
kicking around.
If you don't want to join a secret club, you can join my book club in the Appendix Lit. So we read a book a month, and it's to inspire gamers for inspiration for games and role play. You can find me on the GM Tim at the GM Tim and the GMTim.ca. It's been a pleasure. My crew, your crew, this crew is amazing. Thank you so much. I'm so excited for the next few games. We'll be back in 4 weeks with you, and I'll see the rest of the crew back in 2 weeks. I miss you. I love you. That's it from me, everyone. Live long and prosper, everybody. Have a great night, and yeah, that's it.
My tattoo even says "Live long and prosper" in Vulcan.
Nice.
Amazing.
Nice.
Bye.
Hey.
Bye.